Why I don't think frogging is a very good like knitting crocheting hack for saving money on yarn. I don't think it's worth it for the time or effort you go to it. And first of all, it's much harder than it looks. And if you ever try it, you'll find out. But there are only certain sweaters, knit sweaters or knit garments can be unwound to begin with. They have to be fully fashioned, I think is the term they use. But this is an example of something that was knit in the round. If you look at it, I knitted it myself. It's mostly done. But you notice, if you look here on the sides, there's no seam because it was knit in the round, so it's like a tube. The seams are up here at the top. So to unwind this, you're going to have to pick out this seam and also the collar and the sleeves, which would be pretty difficult. But once you're done with that and you're done cussing, then you could unwind the rest of the sweater theoretically, or you could cut this off. You can do it. This you could also unwind. This is something else I knitted, but this was knit in the flat. So we have a flat panel for the front and then one for the back, and I joined them on the side with the seam, which is hard to see, but if you undid this seam and then you undid this seam here, again, theoretically you could unwind it, but it would probably take you a long time. Now this is a store-bought sweater, and first of all, if you compare it to the homemade sweater, this was made with worsted thread. This is much skinnier thread. These are tiny. This is almost like sewing thread that's used here. And that's much more typical of like store-bought clothing. And you can see it's made with 100% cotton. I don't know if this was knit fully fashioned or if it was cut and sewn together, and I can't really tell by looking at the seams here. I'd probably have to undo them and look carefully. But if it was cut and sewn together, that means that they cut the panels out of a large piece of fabric and then sewed it together. So if you unwound this, you were not going to get any piece of yarn that is much longer than just how big the panel is. It's not going to unwind in one piece. You're going to get a bunch of short pieces. So if this is cut and sewn together, it's just not going to work for frogging. And if you try to buy something online or something where you can't get a good view of it, examine it up close, how do you even know when you're buying something if it is something that you can unwind to begin with?